fall of 2020, Mrs. Fisher returned to Westlake High School for a ceremony celebrating the opening of the time capsule sealed by the Westlake High School Student Council 10 years ago. The time capsule was sealed on the day Mrs. Fisher retired after teaching 35 years. She has not been back to the school since that day. She is anxious to see what has happened to the school that she held so dear. Hello, Coletta Carmichael. Welcome back from your cooperative assignment at the Westlake Energy Department. Don't forget that we will be having the time capsule ceremony at 10 o'clock today. Make it a great day, Coletta. Welcome back, Mrs. Fisher. We are happy you could make it for our time capsule ceremony. Please come in and our principal will meet you. Make it a great day, Mrs. Fisher.
Welcome back, Mrs. Fisher. I guess it does look a lot different than the day you left. Come on, let's go.
Okay, I want to do one story with Mom.
Now we're going to go see Mr. Tecco. He was hired to take your place 10 years ago.
Oregon State's there.
Hey, you dropped something.
OSU's there.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Good job out there. I'll talk to you next week. Sorry, Mr. Planasek and Mrs. Fisher. How are you guys today?
Good. Mr. Tecco.
I was just talking to a student who's on location at North Ridgeville. She's working on a project to put solar panels on construction equipment.
What do you teach exactly?
The project she's working on right now will actually fulfill one of her science requirements. She will also get a credit for community relations and a credit for sustainability. And it also fulfills some of her STEM.
Ooh, it's about 9:45. We better get our way onto the time capsule ceremony now. Thanks, Mr. Tecco.
You're welcome.
I really like these chilies.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our time capsule assembly. As you know, this time capsule was sealed on the last day of school in 2010. It was a gift from the class of 2010. I'd like you all to welcome Mrs. Fisher. She retired the day that the time capsule was closed. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Eric, if you would please, why don't you get us started?
All right, so we got, first, we have a French textbook. Second, we have a literature textbook. And we have a math textbook.
Does anybody have any questions?
So did students have to carry around all those books all the time?
Students didn't have to carry all the books all the time. They just had to take the books that they were going to for the next class. Students in the past didn't work on projects like you do. They went to class for a little amount of time each day.
Why would people use a book to learn French when they could just talk to someone in France?
Well, it wasn't as easy 10 years ago.
All right, Eric, why don't we find out what else is in the time capsule?
All right, looks like we have a picture.
But where was that picture taken? It doesn't look like it was anywhere around here.
This picture is from an annual field trip that we used to take. It was to the western U.S. and we'd study the geological process and formations that we had talked about all throughout the year. And so at the end of the field trip, they'd have to present a presentation with all of their pictures and their samples that they had taken throughout the trip.
That sounds really cool. We never get to do that these days, though. We would just talk to a ranger and do a virtual tour or something like that.
Mrs. Fisher realized she didn't have the technology that was available today, but she provided students with high expectations for learning and the opportunity for authentic experiences. She then remembered the congratulatory notes she had received from her former students. Almost all of them dealt with the way she challenged them and made them think and work. She realized that good teaching isn't about how much geology you teach. It's about providing students with a framework in which they can grow. She didn't need technology to accomplish these things. She just needed to genuinely care.